because is it necessary to publish articles in journals with high impact factor? And also, how can you stand out with average scores?
Now, the question is, where do you publish it? This is where the mentor is very, very helpful because they are the ones to best guide you where your research efforts are going to be presented or published. As you can imagine, getting articles. So let's first talk about the PubMed index journals. I really think that's a very nice, outcome to have because when you do look at your ERA CV, there are places where you can put the PubMed ID of your paper, and so I think that's very nice to have. Also, when you go on your research, when you're going into an academic career, they ask you for those PMIDs. That's what it's called, PubMed index number. I do want to say that just because something is PubMed index doesn't mean that it's a like high quality publication. A lot of these predatory journals are also showing up on the PubMed index. But in general, I think that's a very good strategy to have your article in a PubMed index journal. And then if the question is journals with a high impact factor, absolutely. I mean, that should be the goal, but you also have to realize it gets more and more competitive. At some time, it gets very frustrating because you're trying these high impact journals, you're getting reject letters, and you're like, okay, I need to get this published somewhere. That's where, again, your mentor really is going to be the one to guide you as to which journals need to be targeted next and go from there. It's not necessary, it's desirable to publish articles in journal with high impact factor, but at some point you're going to have to say, okay, I've tried like 5-6 journals, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm going to try a little bit lower and then go from there. How can you stand out with average scores? I mean, see, it's not really like where it ends up being published. What we're trying to see is, so what was your role in this research study, and what's your research study about? Is it something new? Is it something exciting? Is it something very timely? What's the nature of the research and what's your role in it? That's what program directors want to know. Everyone realizes it's very tough to publish things in high impact factor just when you're starting residency. Even residents, once they finish, they don't have a high impact factor publication.